Vaishnavamsya Shirupam Sagrajatam Saganaragunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shirana Krishna Paran Sahagana Lalita Shivishakam Vijay Shivishakam. I was looking at the first verse. Om Jnana Timarandasya Jnana Shalakaya Chakshura Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Gurava Bishtam Supurakam Guragana Rasisha Sambhushitam Chintya Chintya Samastaveda Nimbadam Shri Rupa Patanagam Govinda Vidam Ujwalam Varatanum Bhaktyan Vidam Sundaram Vande Vishwagurun Shah Divyad Bhagavat Premna Vibija Pranam Devam Divyatanam Suchandavananam Balarka Shelan Sandrananda Puram Sadekavaranam Vairagya Vidyam Buddhim Sri Siddhanta Nidhim Subhakti Lasitam Saraswatanam Varam Manditam Shubharam Madhika Sharanam Nashishvara Shridaram Panchakalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanibhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Mahamaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratavishe Namah. So we're hearing from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita by Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami. Translation and commentary by Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. This is Madhya-lila chapter 10, the Lord's return to Jagannath Puri. Tambande Gora Jaladam Shvasya Yo Darshanamritai Vicheda Vagraha Blana Bhakta Shashani Ajivayat. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is compared to a cloud that pours water on fields of grain, which are like devotees suffering due to a shortage of rain. Separation from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is like a drought, but when the Lord returns, His presence is like a nectarian rain that falls on the grains and saves them from perishing. Okay. So it says, I offer my respectful obeisances unto Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is compared to a cloud that pours water on fields of grain, which are like devotees who are suffering due to the shortage of rain, which means which are suffering in separation from the Lord. Then the Lord returns. Separation from Mahaprabhu is like a drought, but when the Lord returns, His presence is like a nectarian rain that falls on the grains and saves him from perishing. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. All glories to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all glories to Sri Nityananda Prabhu, all glories to Sri Advaita Chandra, and all glories to all the devotees of Lord Chaitanya. Purve Jabe Mahaprabhu Chalila Dakine Prataparudra Raja Tabe Mulaila Sarva Bome. When Mahaprabhu departed for South India, King Prataparudra called Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya to his palace. Basite Asana Dila Kori Namaskare Mahaprabhu Bhartatabe Puchilatahare. When Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya met with the king offered him a seat with all respects and inquired about news of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Shanilana Tomar Gari Ek Mahashai Goda Hoite Ailate Ho Mahakripamoy. The king said to the Bhattacharya, I've heard that a great personality has come from Bengal and is staying at your home. I've also heard that he is very, very merciful. Tomare Bahu Kripa Koila Kohe Sarvajan Kripa Kore Koraha More Tahara Darshan. I've also heard that this great personality has shown you great favor. At any rate, this is what I hear from many different people. Now, being merciful upon me, you should do me the favor of arranging for that I can get darshan with him. Batako Heje Shunila Sab Satyahoy Taradarshan Tomar Gatana Nahoy. The Bhattacharya replied, all that you have heard is true, but as far as getting darshan is concerned, it is very difficult to arrange. Virakta Sanyasi Teho Rohana Nirjane Swapneha Nakor Koren Teho Rajadarshane. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a Virakta sannyasi. He's very much renounced sannyasi and is very much detached from worldly affairs. He stays in solitary places, and even in dreams he does not give darshan to a king. Tatape prakare thoma karaitamadarsan samprati korilateho dakinagaman. Still, I would have tried to arrange for you to get darshan, but he has recently left to tour South India. Rajakohe Jagannath Chari Kenigela Batakohe Mahantera Ekalila. The king asked, why has he left Jagannath Puri? The Bhattacharya replied, such are the pastimes of a great personality. Tirtha Pavitra Korite Kore Tirtha Brahman Sechale Nishtaraye Samsarika Jan. Great saints go to holy places of pilgrimage in order to purify them. For that reason, Mahaprabhu is visiting many tirthas and delivering many, many conditioned souls. Bhavan Vida Bhagavatas Tirti Bhuta Swayam Vibho Tirti Koravanti Tirtani Svanta Stena Ganabrita. Saints of your caliber. Saints of your caliber are themselves places of pilgrimage. Because of their purity, they are constant companions of the Lord, and therefore they can purify even the places of pilgrimage. This verse, spoken by Maharaj Yudhishthira to Vidura in Srimad Bhagavatam, is also quoted. Well, it's quoted here. So, now, the indication is that even the places, divine places of pilgrimage, they are purified by the saints who visit there. Now, sometimes people go to the places of pilgrimage to relieve themselves of so much bad karma, and they try to, they do some austerities and bathe, etc., in the holy places. But then the holy places do not become overloaded, because the holy places actually, with the karma of so many persons, it's the saints who actually purify the holy places. So you have to understand that. Vaishnavara ehoi ek sobhava nischa teho jiva nahin hana svatandra ishwar. A Vaishnava travels to places of pilgrimage to purify them and reclaim fallen conditioned souls. This is one of the duties of a Vaishnava. Actually, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not a living entity, but the Supreme Lord himself. Consequently, he is fully independent. He is a fully independent controller, yet in his position as a devotee, he carries out the activities of a devotee. That's the quality of Mahaprabhu's Leela. He's not showing himself as the Lord, he's showing himself as the most exalted Vaishnava. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur points out that because there are many permanent residents in holy places who do not precisely follow the rules and regulations governing living in a sacred place, exalted devotees have to go to these places to reclaim such persons. This is the business of a Vaishnava. A Vaishnava is unhappy to see others materially enmeshed. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught these activities of a Vaishnava, although he is a worshipable deity of all Vaishnavas, the complete and independent Lord. He is Purna Shuddho Nityamukta, completely uncontaminated and eternally liberated. He is Sanatan, for he has no beginning or end. Rajakohe Tane Tumi Jaite Kene Dile Payapari Jatnakori Kene Narakile. Upon hearing this, the king replied, why did you allow him to leave? Why didn't you fall at his lotus feet and keep him here? Bhattacharya kohete ho swayam ishvara svatandra sakat Shri Krishna deho nahi para tandra. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya replied, Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Lord himself and is completely independent. Being Lord Krishna himself, he is not dependent on anyone. And actually, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya did ask the Lord to stay for some days, and he stayed at Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's house when he was leaving. And when Mahaprabhu was leaving, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya fell to the ground unconscious, but Mahaprabhu didn't turn back. So, this question by the king, why didn't you fall at his feet and try to get him to stay? Well, basically Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya did do that, but it was not successful for the reasons he says. Tatapi rakite tari Bahujatna koilun, Ishvarer Svatantra Icha Rakite Narilun. Still, I endeavored very hard to keep him here, but because he is the Lord himself and completely independent, I was not successful. Rajakohe Badatumi Vigyashiromani Tumitare Krishna Kaha Tate Satyamani. The king said, Bhattacharya, you are the most learned and experienced person I know. Therefore, when you address Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Lord Krishna, I accept this as the truth. And they will say, Bah! That's really what it's all amounting to. That people are waiting for Mahaprabhu to come back from South India. He converted Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, who's the like the personal Brahmin of the king. He's the most respected person and said to be like Brihaspati himself. And he previously was instructing many sannyasis and giving initiation and everything like that, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. And he was an impersonalist, but he was converted by Mahaprabhu to become completely, like later when Mahaprabhu visits Varanasi, then Prakashananda, what is his name? Prakashananda Saraswati, he says, he has some hypnotic power that whoever sees him thinks he's the Supreme Lord himself. And we heard that Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he was a very good person, very good pandit and everything, but even he has become deluded by this Chaitanya. That's the way he said it. So, but in Puri, people all know that Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he's now saying that Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Lord, and everybody's saying, wow, we want to meet, we want to be in the association of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When's he coming back? They're all waiting. He's gone to South India for a long time, and everyone's waiting. Not just the king. Punarapi ihantara hoile agaman ekbar deki kori safalanayan. When Mahaprabhu returns, I wish to see him just once in order to make my eyes perfect. That's what the king is saying. Bhattacharya kohe deho asibe alpakale rohite tare ekstan chahiye virale. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya replied, His Holiness Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will return very soon. I wish to have a nice place ready for him, a place solitary and peaceful. Takorer nikata ara hoibe nirjane e mata nirnoi kore deho ekstane. Mahaprabhu's residence should be very secluded and also near the temple of Jagannath Puri. Please consider this proposal and give me a nice place for him. Rajagoyanche Kashim Mishra Pavan Takorer nikata hoi paramanirjan. The king replied, Kashi Mishra's house is exactly what you require. It is near the temple and is very secluded, calm and quiet. Itakohe Raja Rohe Utkantita Hoya Bhattacharya Kashi Mishre Kohila Asya. After saying this, the king became very anxious for the Lord to return. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya then went to Kashi Mishra to convey the king's desire. Kashi Mishra koheyami bora bhagyavan moragrihe prabhupader habe avastan. When Kashi Mishra heard the proposal, he said, I am very fortunate that Mahaprabhu, the Lord of all Prabhus, will stay at my home. Prabhupader. Moragrihe prabhu. Okay. Then my house will become that place. Emata Purushottama Basi Jatajan Prabhuke Milite Savar Utkantitaman. Thus all the residents of Jagannath Puri, which is also known as Purushottama, became anxious to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu again. Sarvaloker Utkanta Jabe Atyanta Bharila Mahaprabhu Dakina Hoite Tabahi Aila. When all the residents of Jagannath Puri became extremely anxious to meet the Lord again, he returned from South India. Shunyanandita Hoila Sabakaraman Sabayashi Sarvabhome Koila Nivedan. Hearing of the Lord's return, everyone became very happy, and they all went to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and spoke to him as follows. Prabhura Sahitama Sabar Korahamilan Tomara Prashadipai Prabhura Charan. Please arrange our meeting with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is only by your mercy that we can attain the shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. See? Bhattacharya Kohe Kali Kashimishrer Gare Prabhu Jaibina Tahan Milaba Sabare. The Bhattacharya replied to the people, tomorrow the Lord will be at the house of Kashi Mishra. I shall arrange for you all to meet him. Aradin Mahaprabhu Bhattacharya Sange Jagannath Darshana Koila Maharange. The next day Mahaprabhu arrived and went with Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya with great enthusiasm to see the temple of Lord Jagannath. The next day Mahaprabhu arrived and went with Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya with great enthusiasm to see the temple of Lord Jagannath. And that's the way it was when Govinda Maharaj came here. People were saying, oh, please arrange that we can see Govinda Maharaj. And it's like, that's no problem at all. He will receive everybody. He's happy to receive all the devotees. You know, we'll arrange for all of you to squeeze into the room, or, you know. When he was in the temple, we took down these doors, this door and that door. We took them down. And everybody's crowded inside the temple. They're crowded out here. They're crowded out in the Prasadam hall.
We can feel it now.
Yeah. And Govinda Maharaj, when he was up in the house, he told me, can you enlarge this deck? And you know, so in the back, can you enlarge this deck so people could sit there? Well, we didn't do that because, you know, but maybe we'll do that. But Mahaprasad Diya Tahan Milila Sevakan Mahaprabhu Savakari Koila Lingan. All the servants of Lord Jagannath delivered remnants of the Lord's food to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In return, Mahaprabhu embraced them all. Darshana Kori Mahaprabhu Chalila Bahire Bhattacharya Anila Tari Kashimi Shagare. After seeing Lord Jagannath, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left the temple. The Bhattacharya then took him to the house of Kashi Mishra. Kashi Mishra se Parila Prabhura Charane Griha Sahitatma Tara Koila Nivedane. When Mahaprabhu arrived at his house, Kashi Mishra immediately fell down at his lotus feet and surrendered himself and all his possessions. We hear elsewhere, Kashi Mishra, he's like also one of the personal attendants of the king. He's a Brahmin. But no, actually I would say the king is one of the personal attendants of Kashi Mishra. The king would go to Kashi Mishra's and massage his feet, and then Kashi Mishra would tell him news of what was going on in Puri. Prabhu Chatur Bhuja Murti Tare Dekaila Atmasat Kori Tare Anlingana Koila. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then showed Kashi Mishra his four-armed form. Then, accepting him for his service, the Lord embraced him. Imagine. Tabe Mahaprabhu Tahan Basila Asane Chodika Vasila Nityanandadi Bhaktagane. Mahaprabhu next sat down at the place prepared for him, and all the devotees headed by Lord Nityananda Prabhu surrounded him. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu next sat down at the place prepared for him, and all the devotees headed by Lord Nityananda Prabhu surrounded him. Sukhi Hoiladeki Prabhu Basara Samstan Jeva Saya Hoy Prabhu Sarva Samadan. Mahaprabhu was very happy to see his residential quarters, in which all his necessities were taken care of. Sarvabhauma Kohe Prabhu Jogya Tomarvas. Sarvabhauma Kohe Prabhu Jogya Tomarabhasa Tumi Angikara Koro Kashi Mishra Asha. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya said, this place is just befitting you. Please accept it. It's the hope of Kashi Mishra that you do. Prabhu ko he e deho toma sabakar, je tumi kahase samata amar. Mahaprabhu said, my body belongs to all of you, therefore I agree to whatever you say. Tabe sarvabhauma prabhur dakina parshvebasi, milaite lagilasa purushotamabasi. After this, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, sitting at the right hand of the Lord, began to introduce all the inhabitants of Purushottama, Jagannath Puri. Esab lok prabhu baishe nilachale utkantita hayache sabe toma milibare. The Bhattacharya said, my dear Lord, all these people are residents of Nilachala, Jagannath Puri. All these people who are residents of Nilachala, Jagannath Puri have been very anxious to meet you. Trishita Jhataka Jaiche Kore Hahakar Taichi E Sab Sabe Kora Angikar. In your presence, all these people have been exactly like thirsty chatik birds, crying in disappointment. Kindly accept them. Chatik bird. Chatik bird doesn't want to drink anything except that special water that comes from the rain clouds, right? And they're waiting for that rain of mercy of Mahaprabhu. They're anxious. And in your absence, all these people have been exactly like thirsty chatik birds, crying in disappointment. Kindly accept them. Jagannath Sevake Nama Janardan Anabasare Kore Prabhur Sri Anga Sevan. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya first introduced Janardan, saying, here is Janardan, servant of Lord Jagannath. He renders service to the Lord when it is time to renovate his transcendental body. Or as Govinda Maharaj said, when it is time to give nourishment to Lord Jagannath's divine form. And that's prior to the Ratha Yatra. Then after the Snan Yatra, Jagannath is not visible. He's only with Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune, and they're preparing, giving some nourishment, arranging the divine body of Lord Jagannath, painting where necessary and everything for and it says, he renders service to the Lord when it is time for the nourishment of his divine body. Okay. Krishnadas name Subarna Vitradari Shiki Mahati Nama E Likanadikari. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya continued, this is Krishnadas, who carries a golden cane, and here is Shiki Mahiti, who is in charge of writing. Person in charge of writing is also called Dula Karana Pada Prapta Karmachari. Dula Karana Pad Prapta Karmachari. He is employed especially to write a calendar called Matalapanji. So the person who's writing the calendar for us is here. This is Bhakti Kamal Tyagi Maharaj. He's writing. See? Confirmed. Pradyumna Mishra Iha Vaishnava Pradhan Jagannathar Mahashoyar Ihadashanam. This is Pradyumna Mishra, who is chief of all Vaishnavas. He is a great servitor of Jagannath, and his name is Das. In Orissa, most of the Brahmins have the title Das. Generally, it is understood that the word Das refers to those other than the Brahmins, but in Orissa, the Brahmins use the Das title. This is confirmed by Chuli Bhatta. Actually, everyone is Das because everyone is a servant of the Lord. In that sense, the bona fide Brahmin has first claim to the appellation Das. Therefore, in this case, the designation Das is not incompatible. We all consider ourselves to be Das, servants. Murari Mahati Iha Shiki Mahati Rabai Tomaracharana Binu Aragatinai. This is Murari Mahiti, the brother of Shiki Mahiti. He has nothing other than your lotus feet. Chandaneshwara, Simeshwara, Murari Brahman. Chandaneshwara, Simeshwara, Murari Brahmana, Vishnudasa Iha Jaye Tomara Charan. Here are Chandaneshwara, Simeshwara, Murari Brahman, and Vishnudas. They are all constantly engaged in meditating on your lotus feet.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Normally we're seeing that the Bengali and the English, they're giving like Chandaneshwar and Chandaneshwar, Singeshwar from the Bengali English. But I mean, it's a question, how is it we know that it's Sikhi Mahiti we're always hearing, but in the Bengali it's giving Sikhi Mahati. Because people are likely to ask us, can we know one?
Where are we seeing this?
Well, 44 and 42, perhaps. Yes, 42 and 44. In the Bengali, saying Sikhi Mahati Nama E Likanadati. So,
Sikhi Mahati. Okay, I see that.
do you know why that changes in this case?
Well, apparently because Shiki Mahati is Shiki Mahiti. It's just two different ways, probably, of saying the same name. I would assume. You want to comment?
I don't know why it's spelled differently in English.
How about in 40? And well, if you want to see how it is, then you have an iPad there, and then go to the story. Go to the story of in Madhya-lila of Chota Haridas and see how it is said there.
Mahiti.
Huh?
It is there, Mahiti, in the English translation.
You mean the Bengali?
The English, yes.
No, but you're asking about Sikhi Mahati. I'm saying how is it stated in the Chota Haridas section? Well, you research it, I'll go on. Prahara Raja Mahapatra Iha Mahamati Paramananda Mahapatra Iha Ihar Samhati. This is Paramananda Prahara Raj, who is also known as Mahapatra. He is very, very intelligent. Esam Vaishnava Eketra Bhushan Ekanta Babe Chinte Sabe Tomara Charan. All these pure devotees serve as ornaments to Jagannath Puri. They are always undeviatingly meditating upon your lotus feet. Tabe Sabe Bhume Pare Dandavat Hoya Sabalingila Prabhu Prashada Koriya. After this introduction, everyone fell to the ground like rods, being very merciful. After this introduction, everyone fell to the ground like rods, being very merciful upon them all. Mahaprabhu embraced each one of them. So, did you find out what it says there?
I'm just checking one more place. In Ante 2, it's spelled Mahiti with an I. Mahiti. In Ante 2, 103, and 104. So it appears to be spelled two different ways in the Bengali.
What I would say...
Mahiti 106. Yeah. Sikhi Mahiti.
So here's what I would say. It's probably started out as how is it said there?
Mahiti.
Mahati.
Or Mahati is what we have just now.
Mahati. So, sounds like it's coming from the word from Maha. And then somehow or other it became, over usage it became changed to the other form. Just like Brahmanpur became changed to Bamanpur. Things undergo changes due to usage. That's the way language works. Okay. This is Paramananda Praharaj, who is also known as Mahapatra. He is very intelligent. Praharaj is a designation given to Brahmins who represent the king when the throne is vacant. In Orissa, between the time of a king's death and the enthronement of another king, a representative must sit on the throne. This representative is called Praharaj, and that's a Brahmin. The Praharaj is generally selected from a family of priests close to the king. During the time of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Praharaj was Paramananda Praharaj. A sub-Vaishnava Ketrera, Bhushan, Ekanta, Bhabe, Chinte, Sabe Tomar, Chana, and all these pure devotees serve as ornaments to Jagannath Puri. They are always undeviatingly meditating upon your lotus feet. So they're called Ketrer Bhushan. They're you know, they beautify also the Ketra, the holy place, Bhushan, like an ornament. Tabe Sabe Bhume Pade Dandavat Hoya Sabalingila Prabhu Prashada Korea. After this introduction, everyone fell to the ground like rods, being very merciful upon them all. Mahaprabhu embraced each one of them. Hena Kali Aila Tata Bhavananda Rai Chariputra Sangipade Mahaprabhu Pai. No. Now, at this time, Bhavananda Rai appeared with 4 of his sons, and all of them fell down at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So 4 sons. One of his sons is Ramananda Rai, who Mahaprabhu is always already very closely related to. But he's coming from Rajamundri, or where the Godavari. He's coming from there, and he's coming with servants of the king and everything. They're coming with a big entourage. But apparently Ramananda Roy hasn't arrived yet. So Bhavananda Roy is bringing Ramananda Roy's 4 brothers. There's 5 of them altogether. At this time, Bhavananda Roy appeared with 4 of his sons, and all of them fell down at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sarvabhauma Kohe Rai Bhavananda Ihara Pratama Putra Rai Ramananda. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya continued. This is Bhavananda Rai, the father of Sri Ramananda Rai, who is his first son. Tabe Mahaprabhu Tare Koila Lingan Stuti Kore Kohe Ramananda Bishmaran. No. Tabe Mahaprabhu Tare Koila Lingan Stuti Kore Kohe Ramananda Bibaran. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced Bhavananda Roy, and with great respect spoke of his son Ramananda Roy. Ramananda Hena Ratna Jahara Tanoi Tahara Mahima Loke Kahanana Jai. Mahaprabhu honored Bhavananda Rai by saying, the glories of a person who has a jewel of a son like Ramananda Roy cannot be described within this mortal world. Sakat Pandu Tumi Tomara Patni Kunti Pancha Pandava Tomar Pancha Putra Mahamati. You are Maharaj Pandu himself, and your wife is Kunti Devi herself. All your highly intellectual sons are representatives of the 5 Pandavas. Now we often hear in purports of the Chaitanya Charitamrita where they'll say, such and such a person, according to the Gorganodesh Deepika, is this person or that person. But this is Mahaprabhu himself speaking directly. He says, you are Maharaj Pandu himself, and your wife is Kunti Devi herself. All your highly intellectual sons are representatives of the 5 Pandavas. Raya Koheyami Shudra Vishaye Adama Tabutumi Sparsha E Ishwara Lakhana. After hearing Mahaprabhu's praise, Bhavananda Roy submitted, I am in the 4th class of the social order, Shudra, and I engage in mundane affairs. Although I am very fallen, you have still touched me. This is proof that you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay. Nijagriha Vita Britya Panchaputra Sane Atma Samar Pilun Ami Tomar Chanane. Appreciating Mahaprabhu's favor, Bhavananda Roy also said, along with my home, riches, servants, and 5 sons, I surrender myself at your lotus feet. E Vaninath Rahibe Tomara Charane Jabe Je Agyataha Koribe Sevane. This son Vaninath will remain at your lotus feet to always immediately attend to your orders and serve you. Atmiya Jnani More Sankochana Koribe Jai Jabe Ichatave Se Agyadive. My dear Lord, please consider me your own relative. Do not hesitate to order whatever you desire in any time you desire it. Atmiya Jnane. Consider me to be yours. Whatever you want, you just tell me. You tell me, I'll immediately do whatever you ask me to do. Prabhu kohe ki sankocha tumi mahapar, janme janme tumi amar, sabam she kinkar. Mahaprabhu accepted Bhavananda Roy's offer, saying, I accept without hesitation because you are not an outsider. Birth after birth, you have been my servant along with your family members. Dina Panchashata Bitare Ashibe Ramananda Tara Sange Purnahabe Amarananda. Sri Ramananda Roy is coming within 5 to 7 days. As soon as he arrives, my desires will be fulfilled. I take great pleasure in his company. Just this is like Mahaprabhu revealing himself to everyone. Showing himself as a merciful Lord. He's giving everybody, like entrance into his divine service. This is so open. It's like very, like an open invitation to everyone. That's incredible. Itaboli Prabhu Tare Koila Lingan Taraputra Sabshire Darilachara. Saying this, Mahaprabhu embraced Pavananda Roy. The Lord then touched the heads of his sons with his lotus feet. Tabe Mahaprabhu Tare Gare Pataila Vaninath Patanayake Nikate Rakila. Mahaprabhu then sent Bhavananda Rai back to his home, and he kept only Vaninath Patanayaka in his personal service, Vaninath the son. Bhattacharya Sab Loke Vidai Koraila Tabe Prabhu Kala Krishnadase Bolaila. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya then asked all the people to leave. Afterwards, Mahaprabhu called for Kala Krishnadas, who had accompanied the Lord during his South India tour. Now, Kala Krishnadas was the one who was enchanted by a Bhattacharya woman and had become lost, and Mahaprabhu asked the Bhattacharyas, why are you keeping my servant? You're a sannyasi, I'm a sannyasi, why is this? And they attacked Mahaprabhu with weapons. But their own weapons fell from their hands and started cutting off their arms and legs and things. That's the way it's described. Then there's a big uproar, and Mahaprabhu grabs Krishnadas and drags him out by the hair. So very merciful. Very merciful. Well, you have to have hair. He could. So then Mahaprabhu, then it says, Krishnadas continued on the tour and everything, and there's nothing in all the succeeding pages about any reprimand to Mahaprabhu about Krishnadas. You don't hear him saying anything. What do you do? Why? No, nothing like that. But now they've returned. And then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya asked everyone to leave, and then they called for Kala Krishnadas. Prabhu Kohe Bhattacharya Shunaha Ihara Charita Dakina Giyachila Iha Amara Sahita. Mahaprabhu said, my dear Bhattacharya, just consider the character of this man who went with me to South India. Bhattatari Kachi Gela, and I believe Kala Krishnadas was recommended by Nityananda Prabhu to the Lord. Okay. Bhattatari Kachi Gela Mare Chadiya Bhattatari Hoite Ihare Anilun Udaria. He left my company to associate with the Bhattataris, but I rescued him from their company and brought him here. Ebeyami Ihan Ami Korilan Vidai Jahanicha Jaha Ama Sanenahi Aradai. Now that I have brought him here, I'm asking him to leave. Now he can go wherever he likes, for I am no longer responsible for him. So I was responsible for him, I brought him back here, now he can leave. Etashune Krishnadas Kandite Lagila Madhyana Korite Mahaprabhu Chaligela. Hearing the Lord reject him, Kala Krishnadas began to cry. However, Mahaprabhu, not caring for him, immediately left to take his noon lunch. Now, what's interesting is because there were people who Guru Maharaj was very strict. People who actually Guru Maharaj asked to not be in his association, and those persons were rescued by who? Like Govinda Maharaj. He kept them in his service. And we'll remark about that, because Guru Maharaj himself remarked something about this. Nityananda Jagadananda Makunda Damodar Charijani Jukti Tabe Korila Antar. After this, other devotees, headed by Nityananda Prabhu, Jagadananda, Makunda, and Damodar, began to consider a certain plan. Gora Deshe Pataite Chahi Ekjan Aike Kohibe Jai Prabhura Agaman. The Lord's four devotees considered, we want a person to go to Bengal just to inform Sachimat about Mahaprabhu's arrival at Jagannath Puri. So these four persons again, Nityananda Prabhu, Jagadananda, Makunda, and Damodar Pandit. These are the same four persons who accompanied Mahaprabhu from Navadip to Jagannath Puri. And they're making a plan what to do with Kala Krishnadas. Advaita Shrivasadi Jata Bhaktagan Sabai Asibe Shuni Prabhura Agaman. After hearing news of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's arrival, devotees like Advaita and Srivas will certainly come to see him, because it's been a long time since Mahaprabhu went to South India. Like Krishnadase Diba Gode Pataya Etako Hetare Raki Lena Ashvasya. Let us therefore send Krishnadas to Bengal. Saying this, they kept Krishnadas engaged in the service of the Lord and gave him assurance. Aradine Prabhustane Koila Nibidan Agyadeho Godadeshe Patai Ekjan. The next day, all the devotees asked Mahaprabhu, please give permission for a person to go to Bengal. Tomaradakina Gaman Shuni Sachiai Advaitadi Bhaktasab Ache Dukapai. Mother Sachi and all the devotees headed by Advaita Prabhu are all very unhappy due to not receiving news about your return from your South India tour. Ekjan Jai Kahuk Shubha Samachar Prabhu Kohe Se Kore Je Icha Tomar. One person should go to Bengal and inform them about the auspicious news of your return to Jagannath Puri. Upon hearing this, Mahaprabhu said, do whatever you decide. So Mahaprabhu knows exactly what they're talking about. He knows what this whole thing is about. You know, he says, okay, whatever you want, go ahead and do that. Send this person to Bengal and inform them. Tabise Krishnadase Gode Bataila Vaishnava Sabake Dite Mahaprasadila. In this way, Kala Krishnadas was sent to Bengal and he was given sufficient quantities of Lord's Jagannath Prasad to distribute there. Tabe Goda Deshe Aila Kala Krishnadas Nabadipe Gela Teho Sachi Ai Pash. Thus Kala Krishnadas went to Bengal and he first went to Navadip to see Mother Sachi. Mahaprasadiya Thare Koila Namaskar Dakina Hoite Aila Prabhu Kohe Samachar. Upon reaching Mother Sachi, Kala Krishnadas first offered his obeisances and delivered the Mahaprasadam. He then informed her the good news that Mahaprabhu had returned from the South India tour. Shunyanandit Oela Sachimat Arman Srivasadi Arajat Chatabhaktagan. The good news gave much pleasure to Mother Sachi as well as to all the devotees of Navadip, headed by Srivas Thakur. So we'll continue with this tomorrow. Now, here's the point. You know, Srila Maharaj one time said that there was a devotee who was rejected by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He had done something, I don't know what incident was, but he was, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was angry with him. I heard something that person had shown too much local interest. You know, he was from a particular place and he showed, maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I heard. Do you know anything about that?
I don't remember.
Okay, anyway, one person was rejected by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And then Srila Saraswati Thakur told Guru Maharaj, you must give mercy to this person. And then Guru Maharaj said, you've rejected him. How can I give mercy to him? What am I to do? And then Guru Maharaj said, Srila Saraswati Thakur said to Guru Maharaj, you have to be like Nityananda Prabhu, who when Kala Krishnadas was rejected, he gave mercy to Kala Krishnadas, even though he was rejected by Mahaprabhu. So he had been rejected by Saraswati Thakur, but Saraswati Thakur said to Guru Maharaj, you have to be like Nityananda Prabhu. And this is kind of the formula. The formula is somebody may do something very much wrong, may be severely chastised. There were incidents where devotees did things that were, wrong, or they fell into the disfavor even of Srila Srinath Maharaj. But Srila Govinda Maharaj kept them engaged, and he had service for them. He sent persons to different parts of the world to collect. He had persons, doing different sevas for him. He kept them close to him. And they became like Govinda Maharaj's personal servants and friends too. But they had angered Srila Srinath Maharaj, I could even say what they done, but I won't say that because it's like too terrible to describe, Some of the things that they're just foolish. Some of them were just foolish Westerners that had no idea what was correct. And they did something that, like, anybody hear about it would say, what? So the Guru Maharaj couldn't tolerate some of the things that they did just out of their ignorance, almost like you could say some misguided innocence. But Govinda Maharaj kept people engaged. So that's the idea of the rejection of Kala Krishnadas. He is rejected by Mahaprabhu. And Kala Krishnadas, he's not some kind of rogue. He's just like somebody, the Bhattataris, they're tantric. They're like tantric, mystics. They sent a woman to just, do this, put a spell on him. And she caught him under her control. And then they were going to just keep him. They were just going to keep him as a slave, the Bhattataris. But Mahaprabhu went and rescued him. So Mahaprabhu is saying, like he's with me and he goes completely into Maya. He runs for Maya and he leaves me. And I'm on tour. I'm in South India. I have only him as a servant. And he leaves me by myself and he goes to the Bhattataris. What is this? So, there was no Mahaprabhu saying, okay, I'll give you a second chance. So Mahaprabhu gave him a second chance. He brought him back to Puri, continued traveling with Mahaprabhu. When Mahaprabhu got back to Puri, he said, enough, now you go. Well, but we have to see the example of Nityananda Prabhu in forming some service for Kala Krishnadas. Anyway, that's what Guru Maharaj talked about when he said he got that instruction from Srila Saraswati Thakur. Okay, we'll end here. Anyone have a comment, question?
I have a small comment just about the spelling of names, if you want more information about
Yes, go ahead.
In the Madhya-lila, in the first mention of these brothers, there it's spelled with an I, and all throughout the commentary Saraswati Thakur spells it with an I, but in his first use of the name he brackets it with both spellings.
Okay.
So it seems in his writing he prefers the spelling with the I in all cases. So it seems that Swami Prabhupada just followed that example, and the way it's spelled in the first instance of the book is also with the I.
Yeah, this is an example of usage, Yeah. Usage is that things change with usage. Just like I gave the example. Brahmanpur became Vamanpur. Vaman, okay, Lord Vamanadev, he did appear as a very, he appeared as a very nice Brahmin, right? A dwarf Brahmin. But not a deformed dwarf, a very beautiful dwarf. But he was a Brahmin, and Brahmin thread and everything. So Brahmanpur became Vamanpur, right? Where the place where Govinda Maharaj was brought up, right?
In Vamanpara.
Vamanpara, okay, Vamanpara. But it was Brahmanpur, right?
Yes.
Or whoever is calling, you have to wait till the end of the class.
It was Parva.
Huh?
It was Parvat.
Oh, Parvat Maharaj. Okay. I'll call him when we sing Hari Haraya. All right. Hari Haraya Namah Krishna Jadavaya Namah. Hari Haraya Namah Krishna Jadavaya Namah. Jadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namah. Jadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namah. Gopal Govinda Ram Himan Gopal Govinda Ram Himan Gopal Narvika Giridhari Ju ki jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Hanuman Sapara Vajakacharya Ashtadhara Sadasheshi Mad Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Hanuman Sapara Vajakacharya Ashtadhara Sadasheshi Mad Srila Bhakti Rakha Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur ki jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Satsidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Rupa Nuga Guru Varga ki jai. Namaskar Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Dasha Raghunath Shat Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Ramsigo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasudeva Shri Gaura Vasudeva Ki Jai. Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai. Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavad Ki Jai. Nartam Sripad Shambhavananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Vishwaparanya Srila Jai Om Vishnupad Vishwaparanya Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhu Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Nirmal Acharya Maharaj Ki Jai. Ananda Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Navadip Dham Ki Jai. Srila Mayapur Ki Jai. Samparsada Shri Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Samparsada Shri Mahaprabhu Ki Jai. Shri Kaladvi Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Ki Jai. Soquel Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Seva Ashram Ki Jai. Ganga Devi Ki Jai. Tulasi Maharani Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Go Gopi Govardhan Sham Kuna Radha Kunda Kalindi Yamuna Ju Ki Jai. Shri Purushottam Ki Jai. Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Ju Ki Jai. Bhakti Vignavi Nashaya Srina Sringadev Ki Jai. Bhakti Prabhara Shri Prahlad Maharaj Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. All the assembled devotees Ki Jai. Srila Bhakti Ranjan Madhusudana Maharaj Ki Jai. Sripad Bhakti Kamal Tyagi Maharaj Ki Jai. All the eastern and western devotees Ki Jai. Lord Premanande Ki Jai. Srila Bhakti Maharaj Maharaj Ki Jai. Okay, let's turn this off.